Kansas State and West Virginia. As we stay in the Big 12 for this next matchup, Kansas State 7.5-point road favorites, 55 being the total in this game. Kansas State 7-3, of course. And you know what's funny about the Big 12 standings and the way things are just so unbelievably wide open right now in this conference is that Kansas State, is still battling for second right now. It seems like TCU is probably going to be home and cool to win the Big 12, or at least be in the Big 12 championship game. We're trying to find out who's going to play them in the Big 12 championship game. And Kansas State's still right there, at 5-2. In fact, they're right now alone in second. So, if the season ended today, we would be looking at a TCU Kansas State Big 12 championship game. So this is a huge game for Kansas State, but it doesn't mean they're necessarily interested in winning this game by more than a touchdown. All they have to do is win the game, period. But I was so impressed, Conor, at Baylor, who are a pretty solid team. You go in there and whip them like that. It was very impressive to see that performance by Kansas State in that game. Will Howard, of course, getting better and better at the quarterback spot. And anytime Deuce Vaughn rushes for over 100 yards on the ground, Kansas State is usually going to be in pretty good shape when it's all said and done. But impressive 31-3 victory over Baylor. Blake Shapen struggled, 2 interceptions. His completion rate wasn't bad, but definitely had some untimely decision-making issues and turnovers in that game. West Virginia, on the other hand, they've been struggling, but they've got back on track against Oklahoma, 23-20. Outright win as 8.5-point home underdogs in that game. So we'll see if they can build on that. I don't think I'll be involved here in this game. It might be tempting to look at West Virginia as a home dog again, but I think it's pretty safe to say there's a big gap between Oklahoma and Kansas State right now. Kansas State's a lot better than Oklahoma, so this is going to be a lot tougher for this West Virginia team offensively. And when you look at the West Virginia offense, it's an offense that has been kind of pedestrian with the passing game and the run game. It's been all over the map this year for West Virginia, and specifically for their quarterback play from both JT Daniels, and then Garrett Green got into the game and sparked them after struggles early from JT Daniels. So, I mean, JT Daniels, look at the stock for this guy and how it's fallen really since the beginning of his college career. But Kansas State certainly alive to be in the Big 12 championship game. Better of these two teams, but you are laying more than a touchdown, and because of that, probably laying a little bit more than I'd like. So don't know if I'll get involved in this game side or total for that matter, because we did see some improvement from that bad West Virginia defense last week. What do you think here, C-Mac?
Yeah, this one should be good. Two teams that actually got it done for me. West Virginia, like you mentioned, with the win with Oklahoma, K-State, huge win. That game went under. Always in Morgantown, you got to question it, getting points like this. But K-State, like you mentioned, they win their last 2 games. They basically win those easy. They're the Big 12 championship. So they need to handle business. But will they cover this number? That's the question mark. There's still a question mark for West Virginia quarterback. I don't know if Daniels plays or Green. I don't know if it really matters. So, yeah, I kind of interested in the under a little bit in this game. And I like West Virginia. I just want some points. And they were big for me. But that was an Oklahoma team. We talked about how bad their defense is. I think this K-State team's a lot better. So a little different story in this one. So, yeah, I just lean under right now.